Shaun of Colours by Darius. I was 7-year-old when I moved here, on a sunny day. We went to the National Gallery. Here's a load of light. The flowers in the painting were as clear as the sky. Extraordinary reds, yellows and blues. I thought it was amazing and an artist can put a story in one picture. I was the last one to leave that day.
The Full Chilling by Gareth Holton. We climbed the pub roof in the village, using our hands and the soles of our feet, tumbling past the tar. There was a pump and a fire hydrant, holes, dirt and planks of wood all over the place. Tar on the ground, on the wall and everywhere. Our hands were full of it. The man had black hair with a bare belly. He owned the place. He shouted and tried to get up, but he couldn't find a way. He was sweating to bits. He struggled and struggled. His arms were shaking. We laughed at him. Come back when you lose some weight.
The Life Outside by Arden Dunn. Horse meat and burgers, everyone's sick. Interviews been spoken about on YouTube, Facebook and tweeted about on Twitter. People playing football, few goals getting scored, adults and kids celebrating in the audience. Junkies on the streets, taking tablets, smoking weed, hanging around Tesco, staring at all the little kids. All they ever do is let the adrenaline rush through their body while the beer flows through their system. It's a dangerous world outside that front door.
Rats Lane by Megan Symes. You wouldn't want to be stuck in Rats Lane tonight. You can see the blazing fires in the dark, reflecting off the walls. But what's actually going on beyond the fires? People drinking, injecting themselves, hurting the horses. You don't have to be a certain age to be seen down here. People smashing bottles off the walls just for fun. Glass glinting all over the ground. Seeing fights break out, violent and sudden. Sometimes you'd sit there and wonder why. Is it for no reason? Someone just looking for a fight? Writing all over the walls. People who have left their mark. In red, blue, green and black. They were here and want others to know it. Being stumped in bushes, Rats Lane is not the place to be. A walk around Finglas, and this is what you'll see by Megan Symes and Polly Ronson.
Take walk around Finglas and this sight you'll see.
Junkies taking ears.
People on their knees.
People in the shop.
Looking for a hop.
She's up the duff.
He's getting dragged by the scruff.
Guard on the street.
Walking to the bee.
People in the park.
Out when it's too dark.
People that are drunk.
Out of school they flunk.
People on the street.
With nothing to eat.
Take a walk around Finglas and this is what you'll see.
Because they're bored by Polly Ronson. People getting bet because they give a dirty look. Bottles everywhere because they like to drink. Bags on fire because they think they can get a buzz out of it. Shops getting broken into because they have money. Houses getting broken into because they have good stuff. Cars getting robbed because they have nothing else to do. They are off their heads on anything they are bored.
Is Finglas a good place by Craig Plunga? Finglas, there's a poison in that air. People have opinions, others do not care. Finglas, people think it's failed. Finglas a good place, that ship has sailed. It's a negative subject I must admit, but then again you can't forget. Is Finglas a good place? Man, that's a pity because drug, sex and violence sustain that sea. But all hope is not lost because there's always a cost. Running from guards, jumping fences, for those actions there's consequences. Peace must be made for negativity to fade. Not everyone can be nice and kind, but an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
Finglas by Alan McKenna. People fighting and drinking, people getting stabbed. Maybe for being a rat, who knows? Junkies buying drugs and selling too. Kids drinking vodka, smoking, bottles getting smashed off people's scabs, cop chases. But then there's the youth centre, which is a good place to chill. Young boys and girls having fun with their mates playing football. Kids have nothing to worry about in their life yet. Finglas is a good place at times, but when it's dark it's harder to see without the light.
Dark days with David, pipe bomb on me road, how do we react? Everyone's out. Garda wondering where it is, looking everywhere. They then realised the car. He knew it was for the neighbour, chap's always smoking weed. He ran to America to get away from the mess, but he's back now, so let's hope for the best.
Reentown Morning by Maria Simkus. Walking home from the Reentown, up all night, messing and running until the sun came up. The weather was cold and windy, everyone else seemed drunk to me, but I was the one who was drunk, with harness swinging down the road. Suddenly, out of nowhere, I saw a blood-red car coming like a bullet. It almost hit me, but sweared in time. Close call, couldn't wait to death, lads.
People in Dublin by Nathan Graham. Why do people try? They hurt themselves and others, just for the sake of drugs and drink. Teens slag and hurt and are always lying. People are dying and they're still lying. And no one seems to care. They try to make things better, but only make it worse. The police try and try to quell the crowds, but nothing seems to work. They live to make us safe, but people hate them still. There is always some light in the darkest night, and these are the reasons why. Colaiste has teachers who teach, and students who want to learn. Duns is a shop that sells them sweets, and there are kids who always yearn. Children laugh and play and run all day without a care in the world. But the skies grow dark, and the drunks come out, and everything starts again. Drunks are broke, drugs are bought. They do so without a second thought.
Dublin to Me by Leo Martin. Walking down the street as the rain pours down my face. People laughing, shouting, telling me to get an umbrella. The rain stops, the sun comes out. I see a rainbow. All the colours remind me of happiness. Nothing like Dublin. In Dublin, a lot of people shout, drink and fight. They stay out all night. They pick on small kids and take their money. They kill and get arrested. They lie, they cheat, they steal and get away with it. But that's the way they live and no one can change it.
My Fingers by John Flanagan. Windows getting smashed, people fighting, junkies hanging around disabled to stand, joyriding cars, people getting arrested, people being stabbed, people in their houses all day with no games to play. The sun hardly shines, but when it does, yellow, blue and green, people come out and can be seen.
Dublin's Opinions by Del Daub. Dublin altogether, all the opinions, everyone's different, but do they add up to the same thing? You have people telling the worst, then you have people only saying the good. Honestly, nowhere in Dublin is innocent, nowhere is. There's always crime, you just don't see the tiniest detail. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean there is none. Most of it's just behind closed doors because they don't want police and councillors involved. Everywhere in Dublin is the same, just some of it unseen.
Dublin Down by Richard Dunn. There was a man by the name of Dan. He thought he was a big hard man. He went down the back lane and fell into shame, and then he forgot his own name. He had red hair, it went into flame, and that was the name of the game. He fell on his knee and got stung by a bee. He had a girlfriend and he called her Honey. She said he was never that funny. South by Richard Dunn. Walking down through the housing estate, all the boys with bottles of bud, with their hoods up, their hands down their trousers, with a few rob cars, all hours of the day. Kids at the corner, 4 and 5 years of age. All the men and women are looking out their window, afraid to come out, but only saying in their head, scumbags, you think they get a life, but their grandkids are out there next in line, but they don't know that, full of energy, running around a housing estate with needles, spoons and tinfoil, smashing glass bottles on the ground, people burning rubbish. It is only getting worse. Weeks are flying in. Weekends are only for parties. Motorbikes messing up the grass. Police will not come in. I don't know why, it's only Finglas South.
Out My Window by Ashley Collins. Old cracked houses, paint peeling, trees of all sizes, rubbish all over the road, wild games of football, aggressive little kids. They'd attack you as you pass by. They'd do anything to annoy you, slag you, nag you, put you down. Attention seekers looking for reaction. Then there are the neighbours sharing smokes. They'll help if you need them, even if they have their own problems. Out my window, this is what I see. Closing the curtains, I focus on me.
On My Road by Daniel Ward. On my road, nothing really happens. It's a real quiet place. Only a few people out, throwing bread out for the birds, dogs running around, cats climbing walls. Then one day there was a stabbing. Blood on the ground, hammer under a car, blood over there, police and ambulance everywhere.
The Mother to Tulka by Richard Dunn. Me and all my mates were all down the Tulka. We seen there was lots of mud. We thought it was very good. We all jumped in. The mud went up, the mud came down and landed on my hood.
The mud went here, there and everywhere. We all stood and cheered, and it was very weird.
Getting chased by Philly Brady. Walking home one day by Sorrento's chipper, I saw a bloke wearing Adidas, getting pushed out the door, stumbling but didn't fall. He looked on his left and there was a scumbag with his pitbull dog staring. The scumbag said to the bloke, "Way down." He chased up the road, egging on his dog. The pitbull was straining on the leash, but the boys sprinted ahead.
Scrapped Up Banger by David Collins. One day I was walking to school. The snow was deep, ice was everywhere. A sap with the briefcase was going to get the bus to college. He was running. An old humpback woman, and no one saw her coming. Her little scrapped up banger flew through a red light. She jammed her brake. What a mistake. The car sailed on. He looked left and right and left again, but bang! He was scrapped to the ground with a slap. He cursed and swore, got to his feet, brushed himself off and turned for the bus. It was gone. He was melted.
Chipper Rights by Ronan Brennan. We went to the chipper, we're in Ballyclavis, talking like Russians. Sorrento was there. Give us 3 chips and a few burgers. We thought we were funny. His chubby face went as red as the ketchup. We kept at it. We pulled out a toy plastic gun. Give me chips now or we'll shoot ya. We thought we were mad lads. We were wrong. He chased us out, snorting like a bull. We ran, our feet pounding up the road. We ran until we couldn't run anymore.
Nightlife by Seamus Douglas. I live on a long empty road. House is grey with age. Even the fields look grey from dirt and the torn up muck from bikes. Not a kid to be seen or heard until the sun goes down and the 2 working streetlights go on. Then the roar of the bike's exhaust can be heard and people laughing, most likely drunk, but so what? At least they're not hurting anyone or breaking into houses as people on the road think. Just because they're out at dark doesn't mean they're bad. They bring life to the road one way or another.
TikTok by Jack Curtis. I see a blue sky with a big white cloud. People running around, screaming too loud. I see green grass, people feeding their horses, cycling their bikes around the obstacle courses. People playing football as the big clock goes tick-tock.
Má bós ab tína mata cépa tvarúte, saola sé tío, nas mi galeria. Sé tío labai, gélas bova grajas cib dungus. Rodona gatona melana, až pagavau, kad kai buvo labai gražu ir išėjau paskutinis.